So we're going to talk to Aaron, who has been playing a role in helping establish corporate entrepreneurship within Intuit.
We help employees inside the enterprise to behave more like entrepreneurs.
So what was the turning point for Intuit to say, we want to adopt more corporate entrepreneurship?
We had lost some of our innovation mojo, right? That like early on we behaved like a startup, and he was noticing that was sliding away, and that we weren't focusing on customers as much as we used to. We weren't looking to solve important problems for those customers. We weren't coming up with creative new solutions. The Innovation Catalyst program was really the driving force inside Intuit for how we went from behaving like a big enterprise to now, 8 years later, being labeled as the 30-year startup. It was Ben Blank and I inside Intuit used our unstructured time to come up with this idea around teaching lean startup principles in sort of a hackathon type format, and it took off like wildfire, and we ended up training those 1,200 employees. It drove millions and millions of dollars for Intuit, as well as boosted the engagement scores of the employees. So we actually drove revenue, drove new products, and ensured that we had happier employees. So it covered all three of the key stakeholders for Intuit: customer, employee, and shareholder. And I think that's actually one of the key pieces of innovation, which is knowing which rules to follow and which rules to break and when to break them. If you're going to do something that's beneficial to the company, I think it's totally reasonable to go break some rules. At that point, Ben came up with the crazy idea that we do what we called the Lean Startup World Tour, where we would go and we would launch 100 startups inside Intuit in 100 days. We never would have gotten to that point had we not gone and taken those baby steps at the beginning, generated some data to actually put in front of people and say, no, it's not my opinion that this thing will work. I actually have some data that shows that it is working. What business leader isn't going to jump on a 15% boost in their sales from a small cross-functional team going and running a handful of experiments?
By enabling employees to use lean startup and customer development methods, essentially we are getting data to base decisions on, which can lead then to these types of results.
Exactly right. The fact of the matter is that it's based on lean manufacturing principles, which are all about reducing waste inside your enterprise. And so any enterprise that has waste, whether it's in their functional teams or whether it's in their product teams, has an opportunity to apply these principles and benefit from them.